If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
I would go to Hawaii so that I could surf the waves and be a mermaid.
I personally would like to go to Spain.
Who are we here with?
Mahalia Eason.
Okay, and where do you want to go for vacation?
I would want to go to Hawaii or Ohio.
Why?
because it's like a beautiful place.
Wow, good answer. And what are you watching?
The Bearcat News.
Hey, my name is Aiden Carcano.
And I'm Micaiah Murphy.
And you're watching the Bearcat News Network. Will you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Today is Wellness Wednesday. For this Wellness Wednesday, let's take a look at anxiety. We all experience anxiety at times.
You know what anxiety feels like. We all do. Everyone experiences anxiety in some way or another. It's something that connects all of us together. Why we feel anxiety and what it really is, that may surprise you. Without anxiety, we'd all be in serious trouble. As soon as your brain senses you're in danger, a little piece of it, called the amygdala, kicks in. It gets your body ready to react. That could mean fight, run away, or shut down. It's called the fight, flight, or freeze response. This reaction goes back millions of years to our distant animal ancestors. Animals whose amygdalae were more sensitive to danger were more likely to stay alive and off the menu. Over millions of generations, this developed into the system we all know as anxiety. So you see, anxiety itself is not all bad. But when there's no immediate life or death threat, and your amygdala keeps telling your body that you're in danger, that's when anxiety becomes a problem. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between getting eaten and public speaking or failing a test. Human society has only existed for a relatively short time. It's messy and complicated and confusing, and our amygdalae just haven't had time to catch up. So sometimes, when we're in uncomfortable situations, our brains misread the risk and overreact. Our hearts beat faster and we breathe heavily, pulling more oxygen into our bodies. The muscles in our arms and legs tense up and fill with blood. Our skin perspires to cool us down. This would all be great if we needed to fight or run, but instead, we just feel tense and sweaty. Sometimes our minds go blank and we feel like we can't move or talk. That would be great if we needed to hide. Instead, we just feel stuck. When things trigger our anxiety, sometimes we try to avoid them, like our ancestors avoiding a predator. But that can cause problems when those triggers are important parts of life, like going to school or meeting new people, things that won't just give up and go away. So how does knowing all this help? Well, it starts with remembering what's really going on. There's nothing physically wrong with you. It's just your amygdala trying to tell you it thinks you're in danger, even if it gets confused about how much danger you're really in. Understanding why we feel anxiety is an important step in learning to manage it.
There's some new after-school clubs starting at Central. If you are interested in designing and building stage sets / props, costume designing and sewing for theater, 3D printing, laser cutting, filming, editing, production, photography, and more, you might want to join the engineering club, the costuming club, the media club, or all three. These clubs will start up after the holiday week. If you are interested, please fill out the Google form at the bottom of the flyer. It is located in the Bearcat Necessities newsletter and in the Central Students Canvas page.
We are running a lanyard design contest. Students will be able to get a paper from the library and design a central themed lanyard for next year. The winning lanyard will be submitted to the company for production. Submissions can be given to the librarian, Mrs. Camp, until February 28th.
Here's today's riddle. Central, it's that time again. It's time for a time rewind.
It's Time Rewind for January 25th. We start with a little retro tech. The first Apple Macintosh computer goes on sale in 1984 for about $2,500. Now that's not the only first on this day. Rewind to 1924. France hosts the first Winter Olympics with athletes representing 16 nations. The biggest attraction? The ski jump. Say hello to the jet age. Way before the Dreamliner was even conceived, an American Airlines 707 takes off from California in 1959, bound for New York. It's the first scheduled transcontinental flight by a commercial jetliner. Barbra Streisand's Soaring High on this day in 1986 as the Broadway album claims the top spot on the album chart. In 1990, Michael Bolton is in the midst of 3 weeks at #1 on the singles chart. That's Time Rewind. I'm David Mendel.
And that is your Bearcat News for today.